Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? If you guys remember, last episode we made a few components of the older mod star, and today we want to continue with that tradition. That's basically the goal of the mod pack, but where do we stand? After around 4.5 hours of crafting, we're still waiting for one mega storage component, you know, the 256 million, and we're still missing 30 antimatter. The problem is that I really want to try and move these reactors. I have said that in the past, they do cause a bit of FPS lag, so we can put it inside a dimension from AE2, but I think there's also a better solution from mega cells. One of the things that you might notice is that we're storing polonium in our AE2 network thanks to mega cells. And yes, we have 12,000 buckets, that should be enough in order to make 12 antimatter. And yes, since I have restricted the amount of power that the SPS chamber is receiving, we're having an excess amount. I do have 10 cells over here which are keeping the polonium, and I have already added some drives over here, you know, the new expansion to our base. I have ordered 30 radioactive chemical storage cells, and that should be more than enough, which you shouldn't put them in, I just remembered. I have to configure each and every one inside a cell workbench. But remember, each and every one of these radioactive chemical cells can hold enough polonium in order to make 2 antimatter pellets. It's like 2000 buckets. Oh, you can copy things. Ew. So if I put you in, you don't have to drag and drop every time. That's really neat. So, those 3 drives that you see in front of you are going to be enough in order to make at least 60 antimatter pellets. We have already installed 11, so we should be able to handle like 85 antimatter or something. That means whenever this number reaches 80,000 buckets, I can just remove the reactors. The only thing remaining is that we do need to have a few channels over here, which for that I'm going to use one of these extra quantum rings that we have. I made too many of them, we might as well use them. Otherwise, we do have wireless AE2. That should boot up. Perfect. Oh, I ordered way more. We don't need them. I was going to say any second we're going to have our mega storage component, and yes, it's finally ready. So we can have 2 more improbable probability devices, and we have an extra antimatter pellet. Perfect. But moving on, there is another thing that we need, and that is called a piglich heart. So there are different ways of getting piglich hearts and farming the piglich, but I think I have a better solution. We just need to kill them 6 times. You know, instead of drachmies, we're just gonna put them inside the machine. However, if I remember things correctly, a piglich has like 10,000 hearts, so we need to do quite a bit of damage. That is 96 buckets of strength too. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, you can just use a bottle. That's so nice. I thought you need a fluid transposer, which apparently you don't. If it's not obvious, what I am going to do is that I'm going to upgrade my draconic sword to chaotic and see what happens. Oh, and by the way, since yesterday, there has been some texture issues with draconic evolution. So yeah, some things are invisible. Here is our chaotic sword, hopefully. We have plenty of potions, and I have just made the patterns for the upgrades. So, I don't know, can I have 20? 30? Okay, we need way more potions. Small chaos fragment. Oh, these are invisible. Well, these are the large ones. We can take the old upgrades out. And yeah, upgrading it is going to be a bit cheaper. Okay, I get the ingredients. Based on the total amount of chaos fragments that we had, we can have 21 chaotic damage modules. So currently our sword does 400 damage. Wow. Can we make some draconic? I don't know, like 20? Oh, you need more bottles. I'm lazy. So does it work? Yes. Let's summon a stupid piglich. In order to summon the piglich, what we're going to need is a Franken zombie controller, which technically speaking, we just need to have 1 zombie, and that will do. Maybe we take 2. Just in case. I made extra soul vials. They were left inside. It's fine. This is all we want. Franken zombie. I'm scared of Ender IO. We just break the machine and put it back into the system. So it's just red matter, unobtainium, and treasure core. What the hell is this? This is easy. This is Forcecraft, and I really wanted to play with it, but unfortunately in this mod pack you really can't. You can't really go low tech, is the thing. So red matter, a bit of unobtainium, and the Franken zombie. Get spawned. Hello. Stay there. Let us get a data model and some swabs. Oh, you can't do that. Ew. It's fine. I can summon him 6 times. He's cheap. 9,999. This could take a while. This could take a very long time. Oh, we got 3 hearts. But our data model is faulty. We need to do this 5 more times. Okay, we can do that. Don't you worry. It's just that I might need to have a bit more zombies. Turn it into nighttime. I thought pigliches have a spawn egg. Apparently they don't. This is why the swap was not working. Also, turn it into, I don't know, midnight. Thank you. I just need 5 zombies and I get garbage mobs. Yeah, you see? It's fine, we can always get rid of them. Seriously, dude, where are the zombies? That was funny. I have gathered 5 more zombies. Let's summon more piglitches. We can do it at the same time, right? It's fine, we just need the 5. We're good. Don't you worry. We killed them. Come on. Yeah. I don't get damaged, which is amazing. We have 16 piglich hearts, and we have a basic data model, meaning that we should just be able to spawn them. Yeah, you will do. This is a very garbage data model, so the chances of failing is a lot. But after a few hundred iterations, we should get some piglich hearts. That's not something to worry about. However, one of the things that I forgot to visit is our draconic reactor. Containment field is at 41%, heat is decent, and we are extracting 4.5 million RF. So let's increase that by 250,000. We're still good, right? Yep, once the containment field is stabilized, I increase it again. We're stable. So let's go to 5 million. Yeah, we're good. So currently we're extracting a net power of 4 million RF, which is not that bad. Regarding the Oldemod star, there are a few things that we're missing. So piglich is used in the dragon soul, but you might notice we also need inactive dragon egg. That requires draconic chunks, which comes from bees. You can't do bees if you don't have a nest. And you can't really make a beehive without honeycomb, so we're in a small pickle. But thankfully, there's the alchemistry mod. That should work. Oh, and yes, I cancelled something very important. I wanted the Ring of Arcana. Anyways, that is a dissolver. We give you some wool. Yep, that's what we want. And what we want is some honeycomb. Thankfully, we also have some sucrose. We can get more, don't you worry. But that should give us, yeah, honeycomb. We just need 3. Sugar should give you sucrose, right? Yeah, so there you go. We have 3 honeycomb. That means finally I can make a stupid beehive. Wait, I can have a villager for bees. Doesn't give you anything of interest. Maybe later. But we have the beehive, let's get the actual bee. And that is why I needed the Ring of Arcana, because we need some grass. And that works. Okay, I think I have every ingredient that we need in order to summon a bee. Let's try to summon one. It worked. Lovely. Does it work? Yes. We don't have bee cages. So for the moment, you go inside the soul vial. Let's get a bit more. Don't run away. I think the advanced beehive, which I have just made, can hold 5 bees. Only 3. What if you get an expansion box? You know, like so. So will you have more? Ah, now we can have 5 bees. That's good. I had to make a very small garbage area for the bees, and they seem to be happy. They are producing us some honeycomb and hopefully some honey. However, we do have some time before the honey builds up, so there are a few things that we need to do. I was actually looking for that cow. Let's get some milk, because the next mob that we're going to spawn is going to be slimes. How do you summon a slime? Okay, so dirt, stone, some slime balls, like so. Obviously, we want to have a data model and a bucket of milk. Yep, it's a tiny one. Jerks. Well, we need to do this 5 more times, I guess. Can I get a big one, please? Nope, all of them are tiny. And have a ton of health. I used to think you can just punch them to death. Anywho, the reason that we needed slime balls is that for one of the old mod's parts, which I forgot which one, yes, the Wither's Compass, we need a Witherless Rose. That requires fertile essence, and that requires a bunch of stuff. These things are easy to get. Slime balls was a problem. Then again, maybe not. It's fine, I can get more data models. Don't you worry. Well, to be fair, I do need a decent number. Let's get the data models. It should be just creepers and skeletons, and yes, I did find a witch. For later on. Well, with that, creepers should be basic. I just need one more skeleton. Yeah, that one. Over here, we did have some simulation chambers in order to get iron. We don't need it anymore, so I'll use them for skeletons and creepers. Also, I think, yeah, for the piglich heart, we're already good. Yeah, we have 1 stack. We needed 10. Also, I have made a very small promise to Lord Tizona that I'm going to summon a cat. So yeah, I made a resource fisher and we're getting tons of enchanted books. That's good, because very soon I'm going to need mystical enlightenment. Well, we got Reaper. Oh, and by the way, I did make a red matter furnace. It's incredibly fast, if you give it some fuel, obviously. So Lord Tizona, be summoned. Hello, and you're black. Come back, I'm friendly. I swear, did he fall down? No. As a previous cat owner, you have to stand still and build some trust. Although it does help if he sees you, we're building trust. Yes, we have him. Henceforth, you shall be known as Lord Tizona. Follow me. Also, don't fall into witch water, please. Please. So it goes on the bed, right? Yep. That's what they do. Moving on to the All the Mod store and Antimatter, you might notice that we are reaching a point where we don't need to produce any more polonium in order to get antimatter. We just need to have 30 pellets, we have 1 in the system, and I think a few over here, 6. Okay, we have already reached the point. So most of the radioactive cells that I have made are basically redundant. But I have also made some item storage cells. I think we should be able to, pop them. They're empty. We can pop them. Don't you worry. Anyways, yes, it is true that we don't need to make any more polonium, but some of that could be needed for the endgame crafting. So I have been thinking maybe we should keep a teeny tiny bit of fissile fuel in our system. The recipe for the 256k Me chemical storage cell requires an Me storage component. I don't really want to craft more. We have 60 of them. And I think I ordered more in our system. Oh yeah, 50 more. Okay, I'll empty them, don't you worry. I just wanted to make sure that I don't have to make them ever again. And now we can order 110 chemical storage. That was fast. Hey, don't tell anyone, I think this is an overkill. Also, I do have a feeling they don't really have to be partitioned. Otherwise, I have to remove every single one and partition every single one. And I'm also a very lazy person. Anywho, let's turn off one of the reactors. We shall craft a fancy import bus. And can we import the fissile fuel? Are we? Oh yes, we are. Lovely. 6 buckets. We can do it faster, don't you worry. Oh, that's a decent rate. I like that one. There are 2 byproducts of not requiring fissile fuel and polonium anymore. Well, obviously one of them is that there has been a change of our requirements for different types of resources. For example, we don't need sulfur anymore because we have 27 million. We need redstone. And that was 17 phytogenic insulators that have been changed. The other thing is that our fissile fuel setup over here is almost redundant. This consumes a stupendous amount of resources and power, and also contributes a lot to lag. We're not lagging yet, but you know, we can lag. One day. So as soon as our fissile fuel reaches a certain amount, I'm going to remove all of these machines, and we're not going to lag. Ever. Also, I think removing the fissile fuel setup is going to release like, I don't know, 1.5 million RF or something crazy, so we will get antimatter a bit faster. However, reducing the number of mechanism machines means that we can have way more machines. This is going to be the final AE2 setup that we're going to have in another dimension, and yes, I have increased the height, and that place is going to be reserved for phytogenic insulators. Where's the stupid chunk? Ah, it's here. Okay, it has been a while later, and what you see in front of you is 6 stacks of phytogenic insulators. It's quite a bit, I know. These 96 that you see in front of you are making us redstone, some of them are making us steel, electrum and invar, then we have dirt and fire in order to make a ton of sand, which if I manage to come up here, I can show you that we're converting it into glass. It's not a ton of sand, is the problem. But the supply of glass isn't that bad. Yeah, I would say it's 1000 per second. It's not bad, cause redstone is almost the same, 1000 per second. Almost. Could be more, could be a teeny tiny bit less. Then what took the longest was emerald seeds. We're making tons of emeralds and yes, more redstone. Cause somebody actually left me a message which I thought it was very nice. If you use a philosopher's stone and 1 emerald, you get 2 diamonds. That gives you 8 gold and that gives you 1 stack of iron. So long story short, we need a lot of emeralds. I have some other phytogenic insulators making us nether wart, mushrooms and sugarcane, as well as the essences from mystical agriculture. Oh, and yes, honey seeds. They're very useful. But that's basically it. A ton of machines. Are we lagging? Oh, we're close. Okay, that is perfectly fine because we don't need a few machines. This reactor can run. You I don't really need. I love shrimps. The problem is that they're garbage. Thank you. I couldn't vein mine. There are a few lag busting things that I have to do, but for the moment, let us test the thing with emeralds. So here's a pattern that 1 stack of emeralds gives us 4000 iron. And you know, I have a crafter with 2 philosopher's stones and it should craft me the iron. Oops. External C. Also remember all the garbage. Another thing is that since yesterday, all the translocators are invisible. Don't really know why. It's not doing it as fast as I was hoping. Because for example, if I want to have 500,000 iron, can you do that? Well, you can. Is it fast? Not really. You have any idea how many seeds I made? You know, I just needed like 1 stack of iron seeds and everything would have been fine. Don't get me wrong, this is fine, but it's not constant. Well, in any case, let us have our additional pulsating black holes so that it would be off the list. We need oak. Because I think, yeah, I have 1.8 million oak. We just have to import it into the system. Maybe a bit faster. A bit more. Yep. everything is stuck. Okay, for TPS, translocators are horrifying. I replaced some of them with an import bus and we're doing way better. Secondly, I take it back. This iron thingy is amazing. Let's order 500,000 more iron and see how it goes. I mean, it's not bad. This is an amazing speed. Look, it's really good. Thank you for the tip. Although there is a translocator there, which I might have to remove. I have removed the translocator, and I think the key with the emerald thingy is it just has to constantly make iron. Yeah, now that the applied energetics has warmed up, this is a decent rate. Very decent. I like that. Also, lag seems to have gone away. In any case, let us make the additional pulsating black holes so that it's no longer on the list. In other news, I have noticed that our fisher has been very productive. We did manage to find mystical enlightenment and I forgot where it was. Ah, yes, this is not the most amazing book, but it's the only one that we have. We just need to make a decent sword, which I think we go with supremium, and you have to make patterns for every single part. Oh my goodness. A ton of patterns later and we can have our supremium sword. Perfect. Which means we can have our mystical enlightenment and a bunch of end crystals. Let us kill the stupid dragon. Again, we should be able to damage her with our bow, but the last hit should be with our supremium sword. So that we get something called the cognizant dust. Don't die. Don't... Oops. He died. Well, she died. Maybe I should have done that with the wither. Come on, die. I guess this has to be done in the old-fashioned way of just hitting her with the sword. Yeah, maybe just a bit with the bow. Thank you. We have 10 and 2 hearts. Oh, I killed 2 of them. Okay. I keep killing her by accident. In the past, there used to be a method that you would hold the sword with looting in your hand and you would shoot a ghast and the looting would apply. Is it the same with cognizant dust? Because then it will be faster. It's not. Okay, it's fine. I'll do withers. The Ender Dragon animation takes long. Oh, withers give you less. And also a ton of garbage. The thing is, we need some cognizant dust in order to make the Awakened Supremium Furnace in order to make the Philosopher's Stone. So the question would be, how many do we need? Okay, 4 cognizant dust gives you a block of Awakened Supremium block. I'll do the dragon. I'll be careful. And maybe also the wither while she spawns. See you in a bit. I gathered 124 cognizant dust and I think that's going to be enough for the moment. Let us see what we're going to need in order to awaken some Supremium. So we need Soulstone, which comes from an igneous extruder from Solium block. I have been sifting some soul sand and apparently that's how you would get Solium. Somebody is importing things into the system and I don't know where it's putting it. Yeah, that stupid thing is entangled to something and I don't know where it goes. Seriously, I can't find it. Okay, try to catch it really fast. Somehow. Come on, I think it's getting late and my AE2 is not being smart enough. It couldn't do this recipe for some reason. I got 64. That's all we need. I think. So down here we do have a few igneous extruders making us a bunch of items. And I think if we replace the witch water with some actual water, yeah, you give me soulstone. Perfect. So we need 4 vessels, 4 pedestals, and the stupid altar. We're done. So I have put a block of redstone underneath the altar. We shall have the pedestals and the vessels like so. And at this very moment, this is the maximum automation that we're going to have for it. You know, a chest for the essences, a pipe with some upgrades, which goes into the vessel. Yeah, that seems to work. All the vessels have the essence. The rest is cognizant dust and supremium block. We can have 20 blocks, right? Yeah, actually we can have 30. That's a good number. I made 16 blocks of Awakened Supremium. I'm not sure if it's enough, but let us check. So we want 10 Awakened Supremium Furnaces. That means we need 20 Awakened Gems. We can manage that. And 20 ingots. We can manage that one too. Now all we need is 10 Supremium Furnaces, which we can manage that one as well. That was fast. You know, before we started, I thought this is going to be the hardest part, but I'm assuming this was not. There should be something painful down the line. We have the 10 furnaces. What else do we need? Basically a lot of furnaces. The Diorum block should be relatively easy. We already have the ingots on auto crafting. I have a pattern for the Insanium coal, so there you go. And here are the blocks. 10 of them. Eternalis fuel is something that we have. We need these 2. Rainbow furnace and the Ender generator. Oh my goodness, another rabbit hole. Okay, I make patterns. I have set in the patterns and I just bought some flowers for making dyes. Let's see if we can make the furnaces. We can. So craft it. Here is also the Ender generator. that was super fast. And we're missing 3 items. Good. We are missing 3 things. Sentient Ender, Heat Core, which I have no idea what it is, and the Ring of Arcana from Project E. In order to make the Sentient Ender, we need some Enderman head, hence I'm in the end. Hopefully we can just cheese it and I don't need to make a farm. That's enough, right? Yeah. Let's go home. So if you guys remember, I have a mob masher down there with some beheading upgrades. That should work. Did I get a head? No. How do you get a head? We're not getting heads, is the thing. You have beheading, the Ender, the sword from Ender IO. This item is currently only used to get mob heads. Let's see if they drop any heads. No heads. I have killed a bunch of Endermen and so far no heads. Yeah, also they are very loud, so I turned it off. Ah, we got a head. Yes, so it does work. One of the things that might help is going to be looting. A slight problem that I have is that my looting is not great, Warple is not great, the chances of getting an Enderman head is not great. The worst part of it is, I also have knockback on my sword, so this is my new strategy. Look at them. I just make all of them angry. And then kill them all. I do have the 10 Enderman head, so here is our Ender Resonator. It should be crafted. But the Ender Resonator is not the only thing that we need, we also need some witches. 10 of them to be exact. And I do have plenty of chickens. So Ender Resonators, a witch, and I have 10 spawn eggs. So we're good. You have a bag. Yes, yes, yes. Go into the soul vials. Stop poisoning stuff. But yeah, Sentient Ender. We're doing good. Also, how the hell are you getting the experience? I'm just curious. Did I just fill it in once and it's holding the experience? Yeah, that's probably it. And we were out of experience, so I had to use the obelisk. So that is our Sentient Ender. Now we need the Ring of Arcana. I'm not gonna set up a pattern for it. Let's just craft it. I guess it will be done manually. There's no cheaty recipe, right? Now, I need 50 red matter. That's a lot. We shall order it anyways. Does seem that I was faster than Applied Energy 6. I already made all the rings. Okay, so we can have 10 rings of Arcana. Exactly. I made an extra one. But we have 10 rings of Arcana. I'm not picky. So for the Philosopher Fuel, we're just missing this thing. The Heat Core. Well, this is from Forcecraft and I'm not really sure how everything works, but let's see if we can figure it out. We need the Force Rod. So, like that. Okay, that's a quest. That gives us the Force Infuser. Okay. And what do we do? Well, let's follow the JEI. We just need something called a Force Log, which I'm assuming there is a sapling as well. Yes, there is. Does it grow? Yes, it does. You see? Forcecraft is easy, and you get more saplings. So if we cook it, we get some sort of a coal. Yeah, golden power source, which we need it in order to make the heat core, and we need an upgrade core. Oh boy. Well, first things first, let us make the force stick, you know, so that I can make a better force rod. This one has a durability of 75. Since we need 10 heat cores, let's get the rest of the coal. We have some bottles of enchanting, that's perfect. And we have thousands of books. So my dearest force thingy, how do you work? That's not how you work. Well, you can add force gems in order to get some liquid force. Oh, this has tiers. Uh-oh. Help. Seems I have to read the quests. Ah, you need an upgrade tome. Okay, let's get a bunch. You go in. I have been reading and, well, once you insert the upgrade tome inside, you would be able to require assistance. You know, you can read stuff. And apparently the Force Infuser, based on the upgrade tome that it has inside, has a tier. You might notice that we're at tier 0, 1 out of 2. That is because I have already performed a ritual. Basically what I did is that you have to look at the recipes and you have to find rituals which are tier 0. For example, this one. Once you do all the rituals for a tier, you can upgrade to the next tier. And in order to do the second ritual, for getting to tier 1, we need a bat wing. So I need to summon a bat and kill it. Don't run away. That was a horrible mistake. Well, I have a bow. Did we get it? No. Aha, not the correct wing. It says if you kill a bat, you should get a claw. Am I doing this wrong? Oh, we get one as a reward. Okay. We need a type of force armor and the claw. Then we can infuse it. Yep, we're still at tier 0. You get force points for applying infusions. Then infuse everything, I guess. I got more claws and we're at tier 1. I upgraded the helmet. Now we need to do every ritual for tier 1. Sugar plus any armor. They made it easy, because they gave me sugar. Then we need some sort of a tool, and we need to put sugar on it. I believe that should be haste. Anything else which is tier 1. Sugar can go on the boots. Okay. The golden power source can also go on anything. Also the force log. Okay. And every time you have to make a new tool. Kind of reminds me of Lordcraft. Such an amazing mod. But now we are at tier 2. Good. So that means I should be able to craft the experience book. Yes. Quest complete. Rainbow. The thing is, I have to upgrade this guy to tier 4. So if you hold the experience tome in your inventory and right click, you will bank your experience. And if you mix it with the force rod, you will get upgrade cores. That's good. Well, I have to craft everything in order to upgrade, so upgrade core, snow cookie. That's freezing core. But we have done an upgrade. So I'll be very honest with you, I have no idea what the hell am I doing. But basically what I'm trying to do is that I'm looking on the uses on the infuser, and whichever ritual requires a tier 2, I'm just performing that one. If I'm not wrong, this should be the final one. So 4 rituals until tier 4. That's good. We're getting close. Just throw away the garbage and start fresh. Again, tier 3, so that's one of them. Something with bleeding, something with a cobweb, potion of invisibility. Why does it have to be invisibility? What a jerk. I have to craft a potion of invisibility. I have never ever made one. Oh, okay. Thankfully, carrot is something that we have, so we can make a stupid golden carrot. That should give us night vision, and the fermented spider eye should give us invisibility. I think. Yeah, that's invisibility. So I guess that goes on a piece of armor. That worked. Arrow and a bow should give us bleeding. Lovely. And then we have to craft something using a cobweb. So I guess any tool will do. One more craft left. Which one is it? Aha, I already did that. Yeah, the thing is I also threw it away. Let's upgrade you once. And then twice. Ah, that's the thing. We're at tier 4. We're done. So heat core is just an upgrade core and the power source. That's it. I have to craft 10 of them. Lovely, we have the one. I got my heat cores and let's see if we can make the philosopher's fuel. Yes, we can, perfect. We need 10 of that. Lovely. Also, I have been draining our draconic energy core because I have been making some antimatter. Let's see how many we have. 16. Okay, that can run for a while. Also, can I make Tizona invisible? That was funny. I'm sorry. The philosopher's fuel is off the list. Next thing that we need to work on, which is going to be next episode, is going to be the Nexium emitter. We have 20,000 buckets of polonium, so I'm guessing we can get 7 more antimatter pellets. We don't need this reactor. Ever. The only things that I cannot remove are going to be these solar neutron activators. They have a teeny tiny bit of nuclear waste inside them and it's not gonna decay. Ever. Which is fine. Who cares? We just covered them. Something's burning. How is something burning? How did this happen? Did lightning hit? Also, the facility that we have in order to make fissile fuel is now redundant. I'm not going to destroy anything. I just cut off the power. And it's no longer chunk loaded, so that should help with the TPS. I think. Another thing is that our draconic reactor is currently generating us 5.5 million RF. That is our net gain. Containment field is good. Core temperature is fine. So let's bump it up a bit. It's stabilizing, the containment field is fine, so let's go to 7 million RF. Why not? It has been a while I have been working around the base, and we're at 7,750,000 RF. Let's just go to 8 million. Some of you guys were saying that the mechanism reactor is way better than the draconic reactor. Yes, that is true, but this is more fun. Also, you have mechanism in every single mod pack, you don't have this in every single mod pack. So why not? Besides, this is a net gain of 7 million RF, it's not that bad. Anyways, as usual, we're going to finish the episode with graves. The first grave is going to be for Alex, the prototype. He did request a dragon's head, which is weird. Maybe we'll put it here. Yeah. Then we have Happy Hippo, who requested a companion. Brian, the person. Stay there. Otherwise you're going to be Brian, the gas. A person whose name I cannot pronounce, I'm very sorry, requested a block of 6 times compressed dirt. Well, the joke's on you. I had 3.1 million dirt. Nah, I'm joking. Thankfully, I had dirt. So there you go. And here is your grave. Welcome to the club. User CB4Q requested to be buried under an azalea tree and some uranium. Dudu, the amazing Brazilian, wanted to be near the core. And you're the only person on top of the bedrock. Good job covering it. Gamer Boy and Robin wanted to be buried next to the draconic reactor. That's not really a graveyard, so you will be buried next to a chaos shard. It's a very tiny one, but it's a chaos shard. Stefan shall also receive a grave. And then we come to the promise that I made at the start of the series. To Monk, or Melonhead, who requested a block of all the mod star. But didn't I tell you that it's been like 5 days later? How did we get them? Good question. At first I got some draconic bees by going to the end and leaving them some treats. And I just AFK'd for them to do their work. No, I'm joking, obviously. Because I had a lot of work to do, I needed some ether gas, so I had to start with pink slime. The pink slime allowed me to make a drill so that I can make a hole inside the wither's head and get some ether gas. And the ether gas allowed me to make 10 wither builders for the Aldermot star. Also, our work with the SPS chamber was finally finished and we had plenty of antimatter, so I could proceed and make the Nexium emitter. The Nexium emitter requires a mechanical arm from Create, and therefore, we need some precision mechanism. And no, that's the actual speed. It's garbage. Thanks to our simulation chambers, the witherless rose was relatively easy. We also needed 20 nether star generator, which was super easy. Then came the grindy part of getting acceleration runes in order to make the wither's compass from blood magic. So I had to go through the entire grind of upgrading the altar to tier 3, go to the hidden realm, find the stupid Tau fruit, bring it back, and upgrade our blood altar to tier 4. Because yeah, in order to craft it, you need demonic slate. I personally thought the grind was over, but I was wrong. I still needed to do occultism in order to get soul gems, and you had to go through the entire progression. Who knew? Because you need the purple chalk. So I had to summon the crusher, and get soul gems after that. And yes, also talos. That was the worst. There are so many little things that you have to do. The focus of summoning from Arsnevu was the easiest part, because you just needed some Wilden parts. Then you could summon the big guy in order to get the Wilden tribute. And since I had to do this 10 times, I just used the mob crusher. It was easier, which didn't even need automation. I just did everything manually. Thankfully, after hours and hours and hours, I could conjure an island. Deep Dark. Because we needed to summon a warden in order to get the Aldermot star. It's part of the ritual. Extra wardens were not necessary. All the parts of the Aldermot star have to go within the altar. We need to have a block of nether star under the altar, and we just right click with the red matter. The warden dies. But we get an Aldermot star. You can rinse and repeat 9 times, and that gives you an Aldermot star block. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we got an Aldermot star block. A weird ending, right? Yeah, that's the problem. The gist of it is, while I was making the graves, I realized there's not much left in the mod pack. And if I want to make a final episode, it's gonna be like 10 minutes maximum. So I condensed it to like 3 minutes and, well, I added it to this episode. Besides, in this mod pack, after getting the Aldermot star block, there's really not much you want to do. There's nothing to do. I can't even get the trophy because I need to make the time in a bottle in order to finish the chapter. So yeah, I think we should call it a day. Literally. But fear not, I have already found a very interesting mod pack that I'm going to play with. Very soon you will see episode 1. Also, I made a promise to someone that in one episode I can make 20 ultimate solar panels. I'll do something better. We go to 30. You see? We can craft it. Well, these have been running for 4 hours, and this is probably going to last for another 5-6 hours. But the point is, we can craft solar panels. I'm really not gonna wait for them to finish. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next series, bye bye.